Okay, so you asked me why I keep bringing up the fact that we are an interracial couple. Well, in the black hierarchy, that's very important to my black relatives and people in the black community. Do you know why that is?
Because of slavery?
No. That's not the reasoning at all. Some people may think that, because I'm dating you, they think that I'm objectifying and destroying the black on black community of, I don't date black sisters or in any capacity, or they may think that I'm betraying my race. That's a very X mentality. Do you know what this means?
Twitter.
No, Malcolm X. Malcolm X.
Okay.
Malcolm. Now, what did Malcolm X believe?
I don't know who that is.
Malcolm X was a light-skinned guy with glasses, and he did not like people of your demographic.
I thought he was in a wheelchair.
No, that's Professor X. Very close. That's X-Men. Very close. But Malcolm X was not a professor. That's Dr. King.
Okay.
As opposed to the Burger King. Two different people.
Yeah.
So, the reason being why people don't like us together is because they think I'm a race traitor.
Okay.
So, this is the pecking order, right? This is the Venn diagram.
What are you trading?
What am I trading? Traitor.
Okay.
Not a traitor, traitor.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. Like Starscream and Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this is where I'm at on the pecking order. Right at the bottom.
Okay.
That's me. Now, the highest is a black on black
Circle.
relationship. What's up? Circle? You know why.
Yeah.
So, and below that is a black person with a light skinned.
Okay.
And then below that is a black person with a Mexican.
Okay.
And then below that is a black person, any black person, but it has to be this specific dynamic. A black person with an Asian. And the final one is a black person with, do you know the last one? No idea? An Alaskan.
Okay.
And at the bottom is me, black with white. That's how the black community views me. That's where I'm at on the totem pole. Whenever I enter any function, let's say a black church, I get looks. They think I'm weird. They always instantly assume I like anime. I do like anime, but that's a different story. They always assume this. They put me lower in terms of black power. There's a power ranking in the black community. Do you know what the power ranking is?
No.
So I don't go to church. So that puts me a peg down. That lowers me by 2 points.
Okay.
I also don't, call my mom a lot. That puts me down 3 points. I don't have a very good relationship with my grandparents. That's 2 points. So I'm like -7. And I'm -65 because I'm dating somebody that's not my same race. So that puts me way down. But because of the Malcolm X clause, where if I was a black woman dating a white man, I'd be down 10 points. But because I'm a black man dating a white woman, I'm actually up 50 points. So that puts me at -23. But because of the Dr. King clause, where, he believes that all should be created equally and things of that nature, don't judge me for the content of my character. Don't judge me for the color of my skin, but the content of my character, that brings me up to +1. But because of the Rosa Parks incident, that puts me back at -500. So this really puts me back a few pegs.
Okay.
But because of the Harriet Tubman clause, that actually puts me back at -1,000. You following?
Yeah.
Okay. So now if I fight your dad, I will go up to +2,000. Is your dad racially motivated?
Maybe.
Okay, that'll actually go up to +5,000 in that capacity. So, how are your grandparents?
They don't care what color you are.
They said they don't care what color I am?
Mm-hmm.
Did they say they don't care if I'm yellow, blue, or green, or anything like that?
Purple.
Purple? Okay. If I antagonize your grandparents, I get +10,000 points because I'm doing a favor and service to the black community by causing discourse in the family. Now, the only way to get this to a positive mark and actually move me to at least the Mexican tier, I would have to get your mom to marry a black man. That is how I would do justice to the black community. That's what it's considered.
Why?
I don't know. But it's something that they crave a lot. I don't know what it is. It feels like horrifying eugenics in my opinion, but I'm just following the protocol. How do you feel about this?
It's a lot more complicated than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know who Lil Nas X is? He's below me. So there's that. Name 2 musical artists.
Justin Bieber.
Okay, this actually puts me below Lil Nas X. What's your favorite musical artist?
Justin Bieber.
This actually puts me further below than that. Do you know who Schoolboy Q is? Okay, alright. I can't even... I'm below the dirt. This is bad. Okay, so you asked me to explain soul food. So I'm going to break it down for you right quick. Do you know what soul food is?
Delicious.
Correct, it is delicious, but what is it made of?
Soul.
Correct. See, soul is the only seasoning that they would allow us back in the day, back on the fields, because they wouldn't allow us to use any other seasonings. So they would give us things like pig intestines, and that's how we got chitlins. They would give us things like old chicken meat, and that's how we got fried chicken, because we would be in the searing sun and making fried chicken. The way we learn how to season is simply by virtue of not having bland food. Now, why is that is? Why do you think that is? Why is it called soul food?
Because you make it with love.
No, we made it with struggle.
Oh.
There is no love in soul food. It's all struggle. It's struggle, hardship, and depression. All culminated because everything that's good that's black comes from depression. Hip-hop, that came from being subjugated and put inside the ghettos. Soul food, that came from being destroyed and beaten down and given the scraps of food. Everything black that's good comes from struggle. Name something that black people invented. Name something. Can't do it, can you? That's because you're not thinking with your struggle mind.
Oh, no,
Hip
I just
hop.
got nervous.
You got nervous? It's okay. I know you're scared of getting canceled. Don't worry about that. You're with me. I'll cancel you for you. You don't know anything about black people. I got you. Now then, hip hop, soul food, but black people also made Tyler Perry, and he's just struggle in general. Tyler Perry is the worst thing that ever happened to black people. Period. We hate Tyler Perry. You know what Tyler Perry did?
No.
Everything. He's the reason black people suffer in this common day and age. We don't like Tyler Perry in this household. Same with Gandhi. We hate Tyler Perry and Gandhi.
Okay.
Both horrible, horrible people.
Okay.
Now, we have to really reference and think deep on how soul food makes black people stronger. Soul food clogs our arteries. Soul food is made from the worst things imaginable. Pig's feet, collard greens, mosquito ankles, stork back, all these horrible things, a desk of Cheez-Its. Everything soul food is unhealthy because we're making super delicious food because existence is pain. And the more we live, the more we gotta realize the reality of what we are right now is not good. So we make food disgustingly unhealthy because we know that other races will try to copy us. And when they copy us, they'll make the food exactly as we make it. It will clog their arteries. There's actually a secret level of soul food that is healthy that we don't teach anybody. And I refuse to give those secrets away. That is called soul, with an E at the end.
Oh.
Food. We have a hidden method behind it. We're not going to give that away, though, because if I give that away, I'll be ostracized to the black community. I lose all my N-word cards. I don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
I love saying that. It's one of my favorite things. Now then, on to our next lesson. Why do people like the N-word so much? Tune in next time. So, babe, I know the issue that people keep thinking that you are not born a woman keeps up and things of that nature. But you actually told me one time that you're curious what it would be like to be a man, right?
Yeah.
So, what you don't know is that you got to get used to the first thing about being a man. We don't take showers all the time.
Okay.
I want to point that out. How long do you take a shower usually?
Just like 3 hours.
No. You got to cut that down to about 30 seconds. That's as much time as you're going to get. When you get in there,
Can I leave the water like really hot?
you can put it as hot as you want to, but men usually like cold showers. That's really what we go for. There's only 2 areas we care about. Armpits and this whole bottom part. Everywhere else is unimportant to wash. We don't care about none of that. Never wash your face. You're probably wondering why my face is clearer than yours, huh?
Yeah.
I never wash it. Not once.
Okay.
I haven't even considered it. Now, deodorant, purely optional. Purely optional. What you want to do is you want to let your natural scent fumigate so you can attract mates. Now, what is the point of being a man?
To assert dominance?
Close. That's 1/4 of the reason, but the main point is simply to prove to yourself that you're not like other men, but better than them by being the
Alpha.
There you go. You're getting it now. Alpha. So, how do you become the alpha, babe?
Assert dominance.
Correct. Now, how do you assert dominance?
Not wearing deodorant.
Correct. You're getting the loop. You're understanding the loop. Now, when you do this, you got to hyperfixate on a certain subject. Now, there's two things you can do. If you choose one, you cannot choose the other. But the one can be always dominant than the other one, but it negates the other one. You can either be really good at making women reach the end of the movie, the climax, or you can be, let's say, a bowler. So either choose bowling or satisfying your lover. Which one do you choose?
I don't think I get a choice because if I was already a woman, then I'm just
Bad at bowling?
predisposed to understanding the anatomy.
Predisposed? So you're never going to be good at bowling?
Yeah.
You can't be a man that way. You have to forget. You have to gaslight yourself into thinking. You got to be good at gaslighting. It's like our main thing. We're masters of manipulation. You got to be really good at that.
Okay.
All right, you got to get used to that. So, bowling. You want to be a good bowler? There's also other things. You can be really good at, like, Counter-Strike Go or football. But you can only choose one to be a master of and then kind of know residual information about everything else. You like
I love golf.
Golf? Ooh, Tiger Woods. Probably because you're dating a black guy. Makes sense. So, you can never reach the O. That's not happening. You only choose one. So you choose golf? And then one golfer. One.
Tiger Woods.
That makes sense. You only know one. You're a master of golf already. Now then, you're probably wondering about our general hygiene overall, about why sometimes I smell pretty fresh. And you're asking yourself, did you shower today? And I say no. We never shave places people can't see. We keep our beards all the time. Chest hair, back hair, posterior hair, frontal hair. We keep it all. Why do we do that?
To stay warm?
Close. You answered it earlier.
To assert dominance?
Correct. Assert dominance. That is really it. Asserts dominance. Now you probably wonder, there's a very important part to this entire thing, is this part. Men must love their fellow man, but it's always bros before everything else. You know the bro code? The bro code is very simple. Don't talk to exes, and then immediately betray that. That's the bro code. Just don't let your homies find out. That's pretty much what we do. That's why we gotta be good at manipulation and gaslighting. We become enemies with our best friends, but then what happens after we become enemies?
Become friends again?
Friends again. That's how it works. This doesn't happen with any other gender. With men, you can become vitriolic enemies for your entire lives until you share a hot dog with them, and then you become best friends. That's how we operate. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Why is that? Come on, you know why.
To assert dominance?
To assert dominance. That's literally the only reason. Because if we have enemies, we are betraying ourselves. And a man has no enemies. Besides...
women.
Correct. Easy money. You're already there. Remember we were talking about sports earlier? How much men love watching football, basketball, baseball, all ball-related sports? Easy money. Easy simplistic. I'm happy we're actually understanding this. Now give me a handshake. Firm it up. Act like you want to crush it. That's good. Now look at me angry. Don't break eye contact. Alright, let go. Alright, then we walk separate directions. That's how we do it.
Nice meeting you, brother.
Nice meeting you too, brother. There we go. Easy. I'm being serious right now. That's how you become a M-A-N. You know what man stands for? Must assert dominance. That is how you do it, man. And that's why we get mad at
Women.
correct. You're on the money. And that's how I gaslit you on how to spell this word.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. Manipulation masterful. You'll love to see it.
Have you ever seen The Boondocks?
No.
The Boondocks is a show that represents what black culture truly is. I noticed recently that people are scared to watch The Boondocks because they think it's not for them. The Boondocks, in totality, is the greatest show ever created in black media and culture. It is everything. It is perfect. It is perfection. But I've noticed that people don't want to watch it. Why do you think that is?
Because you just said that they think it's time for them.
Correct. It is too black. It's like if you're on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter and you share a post that has the N-word in it. You don't want to share it because you don't want to get ostracized by a community, especially if you're not black. But how is it supposed to get bigger if people don't watch it? Exactly. It isn't. The Boondocks is a great dissection of black culture and black media. It goes through issues like Tyler Perry, who is the worst thing that ever happened to black people on the planet. It goes through issues of how black people view homosexuality. It goes through deeper aspects like Uncle Ruckus, who is hailed as one of the greatest characters simply by the absurdity of how he is. The actual Uncle Tom in the show, Tom Dubois, who is married to a white woman and has a mixed child. The mixed child is ostracized throughout most of the show. And this centers around the main two characters. A black, spiritual kid named Huey. And then there is Riley. Now, do you know the difference between these two? Riley is not black. Riley is actually something deeper than a black person. He is what we call a NIGGA. That's Riley. Huey's black. And it shows the difference between an NIGGA and a black person. And that's scary for most people because they think there's not a difference. There's actually a third subsection between the black and the NIGGA, and that's called a Hotep. You've met a Hotep before. They said you were evil.
Yeah.
They said you were just a child of Jacob or something of that variety. That's how it operates. But there's not many Hoteps in the show. I think there's 2 instances of Hoteps in the Boondocks. But between these two, Riley is ignorant, he's loud, and he's homophobic. Huey is the complete opposite of that. He understands things. He breaks things down. Understanding. He's beautiful. And he's not ignorant. And that's the difference between these two. Despite the fact they're literally twins. It shows the difference between nature and nurture and the aspects of how the media can influence a black person and how a black person with a free-thinking mind can learn about the world. Not trusting the government, not caring about the government. 2 very different things. That's why the Boondocks is so scary, because it shows a deeper introspective of black media. Now, what's the one thing that most people want to say that black people say a lot? Go ahead and say it. You can't, can you? And that's why they don't want to watch the show, because they feel like it's only for black people. You can still enjoy watching and appreciate the show to get its boosted ratings up, but the fact that they ostracize the show ruins everything. Now then, is there a show that's for people of caucus variety? Do you know what that is? That's right, Friends.
Oh.
Yes. This is Caucasian people's Boondocks.
So there's a grading scale in the black community because you got to do certain things to be black. Did you know that, babe? No idea? Well, let me tell you the black scaling points. So every black person starts off with 100 black points because they're born into poverty. Now, that starts there. Now, a black person born into poverty, they immediately get a plus 25 if it's Section 8 housing. That equals 125. That means they have a pathos of going to the next step. What's the next step for a black person in Section 8 housing? A baby mama. A baby mama, having one baby mama, 1 BM, gives you 250. I know, bowel movement. 250 black points. At 250 black points, you have many paths in life. So it goes, you can become a street pharmacist, you can become a basketball player, or you can become an uncle. Those are the only 3 when you're at 250. Now, how do you increase those points, babe?
You divert from the path. So, I need to get my taxes up. What do I do if I want to get my taxes up in the black community? I have a baby, and I rely on that income indefinitely. So, I become a BD, which is a baby daddy, or this can also be known as Black D, which is a black phallic member. That also is a way to phrase that as well. So, that's an important distinction between those two things. Now, in order for me to get less black points, and I lose 3,000 black points if I get a white woman, WW. I lose 5,000 black points if I get a BWW, a big white woman. But my tax bracket score will shoot up dramatically, as you'll see skinny black guys such as myself with larger white women in order to increase their tax status. Why is that? That's right, because bigger white women have this money. Do you know what that means? That means they naturally attract skinny black men like me, almost like flies to honey or maggots to poop, essentially like that. Same dichotomy. So, now then, the black scale also decreases if you do things like paint your nails. Remember how you start with that 100 and it boosts up to 25 if you're in poverty? Well, if you start off in a nice area and your parents are together, you actually start off at 50. And if your parents get divorced, you go right back up to 100. Boom, you go right back up to 100. Now, if they get divorced, but the mother talks mess about the dad, that shoots up to 3,000. But if you choose to live with your dad and he's not absent, well, that just goes down to 25. But if he is absent, you actually get 2,000 black points. That's how it works in the black community. Now, this only gets affected and affects your standing. You must be misogynistic and slightly homophobic. If you're misogynistic and slightly homophobic, then you relate to older black people and they think you have an old soul, thus increasing your points to 10,000. Now, at this point, you can pretty much do whatever you want to. It doesn't really matter at that point what you do. Now, if you're a short black man, or if you're a fat black guy, you have to be funny. So, short black guy, or fat black guy, you gotta be one of the two. How tall am I?
5'7".
I'm 5'6". That's right. So, 5'6", I have to be funny. If I was fat and short, I would have to be funny and I would have to know wrestling for no reason. Now, and another way to decrease your black rating, if you are homosexual, you instantly go into the tier known as Little Nas X. That tier is where you don't want to be at. There's also the weirdo tier. We'll call this the Tyler tier. If you're in the Tyler tier, they think you're white or corny. The worst thing to be called in the black community is corny. If you're corny in the black community, you lose immediately. So, the only way I can increase my rating is your knowledge of black culture. What was the better version of Michael Jackson, black or white? Because of your hesitation, I now go down 3,000 points. So my rating is at negative 7 million. You hate to see it.
So you just always black?
Wrong.
So, you asked me who cares the most about interracial relationships because people keep asking us why we're in a interracial relationship. Remember you asked me that? Good. So, let me tell you the people who care about it the most. Who do you think cares about it the most? What is your guess? People? Just people. Just people? Well, I'm going to give you the list right quick of who cares about it the most. At the top is Caucasian men. They care the most about it because I'm taking away what they want. You, Caucasian men usually date black women. To be a little bit spicy because they're going to take away something that I want, black women. This goes on to my next tier list, black women. Black women will be the first to talk about an interracial relationship because they think I hate myself. It's their favorite thing to talk about. Now, do I? Yes. Now then, one thing below that is gay black men. Gay black men are the same thing as Caucasian men. They're thinking about the same thing. My lower square, they're thinking about the same exact thing. Caucasian men are mad that I'm dating you because they keep using the term British Broadcasting Channel. British Broadcasting Channel. Because that's what they think that I am. Yes, they think that's what I am. But I'm not. I'm actually a LBC. A Little Broadcasting Channel. That's right. But they don't know that. Now, in the very bottom is no one else. No one's on this tier. No one else actually cares. These are the only 3 people that care. These two are pretty much interchangeable when it comes to specifically, not all black women, but specifically black women that care deeply about dating me for some reason, knowing that I don't like them. Not black women, just the people that think too deeply about race. This also goes into a secret tier that goes just above Caucasian men. Grandparents. Grandparents of both of ours. Your grandparents and my grandparents both hate us. For some odd reason. Because we are muddying the waters, as has been told me. And I don't understand why that is. I don't think I'm muddying the waters, but they think I am. Now, at the very bottom, below the no one tier, is Lil Nas X. He doesn't care about anything, but I like putting him at the bottom because I believe he is one. Now, how do we stop people caring about interracial relationships? Do you have any solutions?
You could tell them that's not nice.
You can tell them that it's not nice?
Yeah.
Probably if someone told Jeffrey Dahmer that, he would have stopped. Yeah. See, the way we stop all this and stop even bringing this up is to just not talk about it. Talk about it. But that's not going to work, actually. Because if we don't talk about it, they think that I don't care about race because I'm black. You know what black equals? Political. Because I'm black, I'm somehow political. Somehow. That's right. I'm actually a politician just by virtue of being black. My vote matters for some reason, despite the fact that I don't make up much of the population. And because I'm black, I can only either date other black people. Why? Want to know why that is?
Yeah.
Me neither. I haven't found an answer to this. But I do know that they hate me. Most groups. Because I'm dating you. They assume many things about me. I'm musty, I play Smash Brothers, that I like Yu-Gi-Oh!, that I'm really into anime, that I don't have a hairline. And guess what? It's all true. That's the worst part. You hate to see it. They also assume that you smell too and you can't cook. And you know nothing about hair. None of those things are true. You smell very nice. You do my hair. And my family owns slaves. There's a lot of things that they ruin things with this. Don't really grasp this correctly. I'm not even American. And I don't know what's going on. Anyways, on to the next subject. Why do black grandmas know how to cook? Black grandmas. Okay, so I don't like this shirt. Huh. Okay, so as you were asking me, why do a lot of guys like women with mental illness? You were curious about this whole thing. Still curious about it? Okay, so I can actually break this down for you. So there's a hierarchy. Oh, the coffee? Here you go, no problem. I know you gotta stay up for this. So, the hierarchy works a bit like this. It starts in the bit of a triangle shape, as this is the strongest shape in nature. Now, the nature of women, men love. Now, at the top of it is BPD. That's the top of it. Now, BPD, this goes bipolar disorder. Disorder is bipolar, if you want to do it backwards. So, now, why is this so important? This is perfect for men. Men love this one the most because they have a thing called an FP. A fellatio person, or I like to call it a favorite person. The FP is the person that can manipulate them to do anything he wants to. That's a guy's favorite thing. Now, a guy will usually...
BPD?
Hmm?
He has BPD?
No. The girl has BPD. And he uses the FP, quantifier, the title, in order to manipulate into a specific role he wants. That's his favorite thing. And when he gets to the FP role, by usually love bombing or, subtle manipulation or low self-esteem tactics, he stays in that hierarchy. Now, just below that, this is where autism comes in.
Autism.
Okay.
A guy will be in awe of her tism. In that capacity, he usually goes for high-functioning, higher spectrum people on that part of the spectrum. That's what he goes for. That's because the grip is nuts. That's really what he's going for. You understand? Now, before we go, any questions? Gotcha. So, now, in this capacity, we don't use the German word for this word anymore. We took that out of there. We usually say high functioning and low functioning, but we don't even use that anymore. I don't know the new terms, but I know we don't use those anymore, because someone will correct me later. Now then, in this capacity, they're just looking for what's called the grip. That's what they're looking for there. But we actually go down here to where we get parental issues. Now, this is where people come within, like, daddy issues or mommy issues. If that doesn't upgrade into one of these two, some people may say they have autism when they don't actually, just as a flex, like a personality trait, when in reality is actually a thing with your mental chemical makeup. Some people may actually have BPD, and they may just make it up and things of that nature. Now, if the woman has daddy issues, she's going to try her best to stay with you because she craves that love from a male figure. If she has mommy issues, she has more friends that are women, but the friends will try to sleep with the boyfriend. That's how it works in that front. Following along?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Alright, so now just below that one, this is where things get crazy. This is every other mental illness. Depression, anxiety, everything else is below these three. Everything else. BPD is like prime top, because we need to get to that FP status. Now you're probably wondering, well, if these are here, what's at the bottom? Perfect. Single mom. This just shows they're horrible at making decisions if they're already a single mom. This actually is great for men. Men love this quantifier of all time because when they get inside the caves, they're going to be able to tell that it's definitely a single mom because it's going to be able to grip them in harder. That's why single moms try so hard in order to keep a male figure for the child in the life. Usually they'll say something like, oh, in general, I'm really good at being a single mom. I don't need anybody to watch my kids. I don't need no man. But secretly in the DMs, they're hitting us up. And if it's a single mom with BPD, that actually trumps everything and goes to a tier higher. Because now we've become the FP and we get fruit snacks. So it's a bit of a loop for us. That's what we look for. That's what a lot of guys want. I'm perfectly fine with the hidden quantifier of somebody that just will hold my hand. Because I have mommy issues. So I look for an empath. But thankfully, I'm not a narcissist. A lot of narcissists will try to change an empath. Thus, a self-feeding snake on itself. The narcissist needs the empath, and empath wants to change the narcissist, and it loops back in, and it's collapsing in on itself. It's a bit of a disgusting loop. So that's how that works. Are you an empath?
No, where am I?
Where are you? You're right here. And maybe you're a little bit autistic. I don't know. There's no quantifier there. But that grip does do something to me. So we're about there. As you have daddy issues for sure. That's 100%. I may be your FP because you've been here for 2 weeks. So, you have a house. You do. You're still here.
Not there.
That's true, I'm not there. You're right. Okay, so remember on Discord when my friends were saying I was swimming in the milk? I see. Do you know what that means? No? That means that I'm engrossing myself in the milk of magnesia. The milk of magnesia is caucasity. Now, older black people hate this. It's their least favorite thing. Do you know why that is? No idea? Well, let me break it down for you like this. Usually, a skinny black guy like me will be with a overweight Caucasian woman. Why is that? The reason being is so they can play this. Do you know what these two letters mean?
Basketball?
Correct, 2K. That's good. So, 2K is their favorite game. Among the blacks, 2K is like our Jesus Christ. It's our favorite game. You know what our second favorite game is? Tax evasion. So that's the second favorite game we like to play. And the way that we avoid taxes by being with an overweight white woman. Now, you're not overweight, obviously, correct? Now, the reason I'm with you is simply because I love you. And I'm not trying to use you for tax benefit or your food stamps. Black guys like to use these bigger women so they can...
Get things.
Correct. They can get things, such as other girls. They like to cheat. Now, the reason they get with an overweight Caucasian woman is because overweight Caucasian woman does not have these. What are these called?
Fingers?
No, hands.
What?
That's right. Hands in the black community refers to your ability to battle or combat another person. Like if you have hands, you can.
Beat people up?
Correct. So, that's the issue there. So, in that capacity, that's how the loop goes. So, overweight white girl goes in the fact that they can play 2K as much as they want to, they can cheat, they can use tax evasion, and get food stamps from the overweight white girl. That's the thing there. Now then, now that we've gotten that out the way, we can get into the actual scientific math behind it. So, black guy gets with white girl. That makes him negative 500,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But he gets plus 200
Why?
because he is a side chick. Side chick. SZA is a side. You know who SZA is?
Yeah.
Good. She's the queen of side chicks. So, when they get a side chick, they get plus 200, and they get the money from the overweight white girl. That goes into a whole spew of things. So, then we get a plus 5,000 bonus if she has a debilitation such as diabetes, because that's more money. The more money we can garner from the overweight white woman, it will get us higher in the ecos. That will give us higher profit. But the only thing downplaying that, you know what that will get us from the older black people?
Yeah.
Sad, correct. It will get sad. And that will get us back to negative 5 million. Because if you disappoint an older black person, they'll hit you with the most disappointing words you could possibly hear. That boy ain't right. And that will ruin us. It breaks our spirit. Now then, we can talk about the final subject of today's lesson. Why do black guys love Dragon Ball Z? Let's begin. So, you asked me what a black job was because you had no idea what a black job is, correct? Well, if you go to Indeed and put your ethnicity in, a secret list of black jobs will pop up, and I've created a list to help you out to understand what that is. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, NFL quarterback, security for a strip club, a call center. You have to be the entire call center. A Baddies East security, a barber, a lash tech, parking lot security, a Waffle House cook, a club promoter, a bottle girl, a truck driver, a hype man, the woman who does the braids up the street, a nice lady that literally, with those flabby arms. Black job. That's a black job. Selling plates. Do you know what a plate is? A plate is any combination of random knickknacks and food that comes on a plate, usually tasting better than anything at a restaurant. That is a black job. A Kool-Aid DJ. We call it specifically a Kool-Aid DJ. A TSA agent. A black grandmother babysitting. Everybody at the notary. Everyone at the notary. All of them. Anybody that answers the phone, the IRS, the first time you call, that's a black job. Now then, the fish truck man, the meat truck man, and any random food stall you see at the park, ice cream truck, anything of that variety, that is a black job. Anything right there. Now, veneer tech. You probably don't know what a veneer is, do you?
Steve Harvey.
Yes. Steve Harvey is a veneer. Now then, a bus driver. Now then, sexy red. That is a black job. A forklift driver. Being forklift certified. Two very different things. Because you can be forklift certified and just have a certification, that's a black job in itself. Now, a potato salad maker. The person who organizes the cookout. A Zeus producer. A weavologist and a beautician. A lash tech, weavologist, and beautician all in one. They're very different things. An Asian lady that gives me beef and broccoli is a black job. A customs area at ATL Hartsford Jackson. They have to be nasty, rude, and mean. It may vary. That's also a thing. Now then, the candy lady. You know what the candy lady is? When you're young and at church, she'll reach inside of her thing and give you one of those little caramels. Or caramels. I don't know which word it is. A scalper. Usually people selling PS5s. A scammer. Me. A Walmart employee that greets the door. A Walmart employee that works in the back. Cap 2. Cap 1. Amazon. Amazon Rainforest. Somebody that is a fireman, but only the fire chief, must have a mustache and must be 5'8" and have a wife that hates him. Black job. Tax lady. An extra in a Tyler Perry film or any Tyler Perry employee, anybody that isn't Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry is not black. Now then, Kardashian baby daddy. A prepaid ticket to club guy. A pit bull trainer. A pit bull ear clipper. A dog breeder. A grill master. An uncle with sandals, but the sandals look really bad and they look disgusting. We hate that. Now then, weed man. Golden Corral cook. T-shirt maker. A failed comedian. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart again. A CD man. The dude in the middle of the mall that's cleaning your shoes. You ever see that guy that's cleaning your shoes? He's in the middle of the mall.
I saw him the other day.
Saw him the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a black job. Now then, manager at T-Mobile. A random boutique owner. Somebody that has 3 bras on. Somebody complaining that it's too hot. Somebody saying they're tired. A Tekken player. A Smash Bros player. A floor supervisor. A TV judge. Literally any TV judge. Judge Judy too. All of them. They're all black. A church usher. A pastor. A youth pastor. No, sorry. Youth pastor is that's not a black job. Youth pastor is not a black job. I take that back. I would like to recommend that is not a black job. A cart grabber at Walmart. Cody Rhodes. A Tubi actor. A 106 in Park host. Work for yourself. If you work at Abbott Elementary, or if you live on Martin Luther King Street. And Ray J. Those are all the black jobs that you need to know. Oh, a minstrel actor. There you go. That's pretty much all the black jobs. So when Trump was talking about the black jobs, he was talking about specifically all these. That's pretty much it. So I know you've been confused the entire time. Now I'm going to show you what a white job is. Politician is one of them. So let's jot that down. So you asked me about black people time and what it meant. Because you didn't know what I meant when I said we was on the way and we hadn't even got in my bed yet. So, when I say on the way, OTW, that means that I am unclothed in my bedroom, not ready, not even showered, teeth unbrushed.
That's a lie.
Correct. Now, black people love lying. It's our favorite thing. Now, secondly, if we say we are 5 minutes away, how long are we away?
5 minutes away.
Wrong. 5 minutes is anywhere from 1 to 500 hours. It depends on, it doesn't matter. 1 to 500 hours. That's how it operates. 1 to 500 hours. That's how it works. Now, this is black people time. We are time lords, basically, because we control the aspect of time in all its forms. Now, if I say, I will see you soon, what does that mean?
See you soon?
Nope. Let's say it's church. I don't see this dude a lot. I dab him up and say, see you soon, bro. What time frame am I going to see him?
Never?
At his funeral. I will see him at his Sunday best at his funeral, or if I accidentally see him in Walmart, I'm going to act like I don't know him. Why is that?
How did you learn how to control time?
How do we learn how to control time? Every black person knows how to do this. We have a way to do this. So, if, let's say, somebody says, I am 10 minutes away, what does that mean?
Not 10.
Not 10, correct. How long are they away if it's 10 minutes?
10,000?
No, they're not coming. 10 minutes? They're not coming.
What?
No way. 30 minutes? No. Anything above 5 minutes, they're not coming.
Oh.
If they say on the way, that means you have 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah. I use the same rule for the 5, but...
And now there's one last thing you need to learn about black people time.
Okay.
I'm around the corner. What does that mean?
Not around the corner.
No, not at all. Where am I?
A little more than around the corner?
I'm not even in the same dimension. I'm not even in the same plane of existence. I have transcended. As a matter of fact, you won't see me for the rest of your life. If I'm around the corner, that means I've already canceled the hangout plans. I'm with my girl, with my dad. I'm hanging out with my family. I'm at a cookout. I am not there. If the function starts at 5 o'clock, when does the function start?
8:30. 8:30. If it says it starts at 5 o'clock, it doesn't start till 8:30. That is how it works. There's no universe in which it starts at 5.
No, but that's not nice. You can't go around saying you're gonna be somewhere and then not.
Incorrect. Black people aren't nice or fun. There's a big difference. If the function starts at 6, I will show up at 9 o'clock and help set up. That's how we operate. That's just us as a people. We're not very punctual as a people. We don't work that way. It's not us. Anyways, the next lesson is how does soul food get its name? So let's start. Soul. Slavery. Now, let me show you the ranking system among black people. At the tippy top, there's thugs. Anybody with a do-rag, golds, dreadheads, they all fit in this same area. Thugs. I used to be one of those. Below that, sorry, let me phrase that better. Light skins are at the top. Light skinned men. Light skins. At the tippy top. They're the magnum opus. Nothing's higher than them. Then below that is thugs. Dreadheads, things of that nature. Then just below that is a man with a job. Man with job.
Why aren't thugs at the top?
No. Light skins over trump everything. Light skin, that's the combination. Because if you're light skinned, you get a touch of Caucasian privilege, and you still get to come to the cookout. You get the best of both worlds. It's like Blade, the Daywalker. I have all of your powers and none of your weaknesses. That's basically what light skin is. Thugs. That all women love thugs. All women love them. It's like the danger. The you never know what they're gonna do.
But thugs have guns. Can't they overtake the light skins?
No. DV will overtake that. Thugs can.
Who's DV?
DV is domestic violence. Thugs overtake light skins only if God isn't watching. So, man with a job, specifically a black man with a job. These can be anybody with a Amazon job, things of that nature. Usually very musty, doesn't know about feminine care, believes women should stay in the house. People like that. Those below. And below that are Hotep black people. Hotep black people are people that think that the black people are the original Jewish people or something like that. They have this whole crazy mindset. We met them once before. They said you were the enemy, and they chastised me.
Yeah,
Just below that,
that's fair.
just below Hotep, is dads plus uncles. Usually old heads is what we call them in our demographic. We call them old heads.
Like Morgan Freeman.
Oh no, Morgan Freeman is somebody that cannot be loved. So dads plus uncle, boom, right there. And at the very bottom is black anime nerd. The reason they're at the bottom is because they think they're at the bottom. They're not really at the bottom, but they think they are, so that puts them there. And then below that is Lil Nas X. That's Lil Nas X. He's at the bottom. But black anime nerds are basically at
What did he do?
Huh?
What did he do?
He's Lil Nas X. He committed 2 cardinal sins. He still listens to Nicki Minaj, and he has better hair than me. 2 cardinal sins. That can't be taken. So this is pretty much the black hierarchy. But everybody in this thing, everybody in this subsection blames one people for all their issues. You know who that people is? Yeah. Black women.
What?
They blame black women for all their problems. That's it.
Oh, I thought it was white people.
Nope. For some reason, black men, such as myself, believe that black women are the issue. Why is that? Because they hate themselves. Now, we've gotten past this lesson. Now it's time to teach you about civil rights. The reason the Underground Railroad was so popular is because Harriet Tubman had a huge dumpy. That's why they followed her. Okay, so you asked me why last night I had 1 thing of Slim Jim and 2 actual gallons of chocolate milk. And you said that doesn't make any sense. You're going to be on the toilet all week. And I told you it was boy dinner.
Where's the substance?
The substance is in the protein. Chocolate milk is protein. I need to get muscles up. That's the important part.
Okay.
So the important part is in the boy dinner. The chocolate milk through my body, protein makes my bones strong. Chocolate, that's protein. You get it? No? Why? Okay, your girl dinner is chips and a vape. My boy dinner is meat, protein, milk. Yes?
No.
No? Okay. Alright. We'll have to use a new term. Let's use boy math. Boy math here. So in the net positive gain sense of boy math, I've eaten protein. That's the most important thing, protein.
Yeah.
If I poop, I win.
Well, that's why I had cashews for lunch.
Yeah, protein. But that's girl protein. Girl protein and girl protein is nuts. Girl protein. Big difference. Man protein is a whole cow. Man protein is a cow. Man protein, that's a cow. You see what I'm getting here?
Okay.
Because I gotta eat an animal to feel like a man. You gotta eat nature to get the protein.
Uh-huh.
That's the thing. If I ate that, I would have nice skin. But I have nice skin regardless because I wipe my sweat on my face and it doesn't get any moisture on it because I'm used to dirt. That's boy dirt. Boy dirt doesn't create acne. What? It does.
Okay.
It doesn't create acne.
You know, that does explain a lot, actually.
Yeah. And girl dirt messes up your skin. That's why you guys have a bunch of products and stuff. I don't. I use head, shoulder, back, balls, leg, feet, all that. I use a 15 in 1. You can't do that because that would make girl depression. You know what boy depression is? Gym. That's why when we get boy depression, boom, boy depression, we go to the gym, but go to the gym to get gains, which gives us boy happiness. We have to eat a cow, and when we eat a cow, we need protein, and that's where it comes into the net positive. We need to work out more. That's boy math, and it goes right back into our boy dinner, which goes back to the main subject of why I ate the 2 gallons of milk in the Slim Jim.
But where's the self-care?
No. So that that goes back into this part. That's the girl self-care. Men have to be stoic. That's how math works. Think about it like this. In boy math, if a guy talks about his feelings, it lessens how much the girl cares. So that ruins the math of that. See, we can't do that. So we put it in our stomach, in our gut, and that's why our gut needs to be filled with protein. We go back to that. Boom.
Okay, but why don't you wash your butt?
The lesson is over. So as you know, one of my favorite series is Dragon Ball Z. Do you know any Dragon Ball Z characters? Not one? Gotcha. So, we're going to start with why Dragon Ball Z is loved by the black community indefinitely. So, there's these characters called Saiyans. Alright? One of the Saiyans is Vegeta. Wait, Vegeta sound funny? What does Vegeta sound like to you? Yeah, I know what you're thinking of. Alright, Vegeta. Now, Vegeta is a man that is 5'1" and light-skinned. But not his skin tone per se. He acts like a light skin. You see, the Saiyans got destroyed by a racist named Frieza. Frieza is built like a tampon. That's because Frieza is the flow of blood getting stopped everywhere. That's the point of Frieza. Frieza's a dictator in space. Frieza calls the Saiyans monkeys. Racially motivated. Why does Frieza call them monkeys, babe? Because the Saiyans can turn into apes.
Oh, that's kind of nice because apes and monkeys are completely different.
Correct. That's a fact. Great apes is what they turn into, called Ozarus, and monkeys aren't apes.
I'm very serious about that.
No, that's real. I know that. You taught me.
So Frieza is not only incorrect but also racist. A combination of both, as most racists are. So, in this capacity, Vegeta is the king of the monkeys. Or the king of the apes, or the king of the Saiyans. But all the Saiyans are destroyed, besides one person, Goku. Now, Goku isn't his birth name. Same way Kunta Kinte and how the... You know Kunta Kinte from Roots? You never seen Roots? We'll have to watch a movie later. So in Roots is a character called Kunta Kinte. They hit him and tell him his name is Toby, but he says his name is Kunta. Very important to the
This is
series.
all in Dragon Ball Z.
Technically, yes. So, Kakarot. Kakarot is Goku's name.
What?
That's his name.
I thought his name was Goku.
Correct. It's both. He was born Kakarot. He became Goku. Because he had a found family. He was raised by Mexicans, who's Grandpa Gohan. So he has the power of Mexico in his body to fight against Vegeta, who comes there. Vegeta gets beat so bad.
His superpower is Mexico?
No. His superpower is to throw hands. His ability is to punch. And that's inspiring for the black community. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are, if you're abandoned by your entire family, if your dad left you, doesn't matter about that. Goku's ability is to gather people together by throwing hands. That's his ability. That's what he loves to do. He's a martial artist.
Why is he Mexican?
Why is he Mexican? Well, because he meets every race on his journeys, but Mexico is the great combiner of everything. That's just how it works. And I've shown you Piccolo before, right? I've never shown you Piccolo. Piccolo is a green guy who everybody kind of considers black.
Oh, yeah, the green guy.
Yeah, the green guy. You remember the green guy. He's the real dad. Goku had a son called Gohan, who he doesn't raise, thus going to his true Saiyan lineage.
Wait.
Huh? What's up?
I thought the uncle was Gohan.
No. The grandpa was Gohan, but he loved his grandpa so much that he named his son Gohan too. Now the reason black people love this so much is because we're called monkeys as well. That's just a racial motivation. Goku defeats Frieza, who is the master of racism. So in Dragon Ball Z, he beats that. And that's why a bunch of homosexual black guys dye their hair blonde, because going Super Saiyan, you go blonde.
Who's Frieza in real life?
Frieza in real life? I don't know. Donald Trump, the U.S. government system, I have no idea. Anyways, Vegeta is a Hotep black man.
A who?
Hotep. You know, you ever see a dashiki? The little hat?
A what?
Dashiki's like the African guard. No idea? Okay, Hotep black men say they want to marry a black queen, but don't. So they end up marrying a rich white woman. That rich white woman was Bulma. Vegeta, the king of the lightskins, thinks he's the prince of all Saiyans. This is in reference to how black people believe we are kings. That's why they relate to Vegeta a lot. It's a very, very powerful thing there. So, naturally, he gets his comeuppance. He ends up beating Frieza later on. He also ends up beating an android called Android 19. Android 19 is albino. And he destroys him.
He's 19, or there's 19.
The android's name is Android 19. There's not 19 androids. There's just one android, one name, Android 19. So, Vegeta, right? Vegeta, this is very important. Vegeta sucks, but is also the greatest character in the show. Super short, horrifically prideful, does not know when to not let people do things, and is horribly misogynistic and slightly homophobic. Much like a lot of the black community. Vegeta. But the cool people in the black community, which is a lot of them too, is Goku, where they accept everybody and love to throw hands. That's what we love to do in the black community, throw hands. I love shadowboxing. Favorite thing to do. That's how we resolve issues. Little scrap, that's what happens. Now then, why do black people love Dragon Ball Z so much? Let's summarize it right quick. Saiyans are powerful and are feared by everybody, but everybody wants to be a Saiyan. And they're encountered by a lot of racism. They turn into monkeys. Black people were called monkeys throughout the course of history. So that's the connection there. And Super Saiyans turn blonde. A lot of black people dye their hair blonde or some variety of that. A lot of gay guys, they'll go dyeing their hair blonde. I dyed my hair blonde once. That's a warning. Now then, and definitely what happened there is they feel like they're powerful when they go blonde. Now, Super Saiyan blonde, hair blonde, boom, connection there. Outside of that, there's an album called Blonde. I think it's by Tyler the Creator. That's important too. Blonde is super important. And the more hair you have, the stronger you are in Dragon Ball Z. Up until Dragon Ball Z, not in Super, just Dragon Ball Z. The more hair you have, the stronger you are. So it emphasizes that black men should keep their strong hair, thus allowing black people to get their dreads and things like that and have it go out. And also the hair sticks up. You know how my hair just sticks up most of the time? Same with Goku's hair. People find that connection and they latch onto that. And the whole epicenter of this is Mr. Popo. You remember Mr. Popo? Yeah, you do.
No.
You remember Mr. Popo? You just laughing at the name Popo?
Yeah.
Mr. Popo is a racial allegory. I'm not going to talk about him. We're going to replace him with Piccolo. We don't want to talk about Mr. Popo. Piccolo. Goku abandoned his son, much like most black dads. Look at mine. And then Piccolo picked up the slack, thus becoming the true black person in the show. Raising Gohan.
What happened to Goku?
He died. But then came back because of the Dragon Balls.
Oh.
Because once you go black, you never go back. That's just how it goes. Now that we're done with this lesson, it's time to get to the next lesson. Little Caesars is the best pizza on the planet. Period. Alright, let's begin.